Hey, this is Russ. I want to talk about something. Now, you guys probably saw the senior video. I call it the senior video. It's the video that I talked about the important things if you're a senior rider and you're looking at an e-bike. Remember that video? Many of you guys came from that video, just looking at my statistics and stuff. But I have to tell you that a number of people who have watched that video were turned off by the things I had to say on the video. And I think it had to do mostly with falling. Yeah, falling. I think, when people are thinking about buying an e-bike, they're all excited about it. They're not thinking about what happens if you don't ride perfectly. Typically, it means you fall, right? What happens if you fall? Okay, so I brought out this topic on that one video. Remember, too, that video was done about 2 months after I bought my first e-bike, okay? And at that time, I had a weakened left leg and a weakened left knee from my knee replacement on my left leg, okay? And I fell twice towards the left side because my leg was too weak to hold me up. You know, I stopped the bike, I leaned towards the left. I just didn't have the leg strength to keep me and the weight of the heavy bike from making me fall, okay? So that happened the first time. The second time, kind of the same thing. I made a U-turn, a very sharp U-turn. And of course, I had to put my leg down to kind of balance myself. And of course, same thing, left side, didn't have the leg strength, didn't have the knee strength. Down I went, second time. Third time I fell, I purposely fell on the right side because my shoelace on the right foot had gotten caught in the pedals. Kind of went around the crank a little bit and got caught on there. So I couldn't get my foot off the pedal. Now, typically, if you were without any problems, you might be able to maybe just lean the bike to the left side, balance yourself, and then untangle the right side, right? Well, I'd already fallen twice because leaning on the left side from the weakened left leg wasn't a good idea. So I said, I can't undo the shoe. I can't undo the I can't get the words out. I can't undo the shoelace. So I says, I'm gonna fall. So it's either lean to the left, hope that you don't fall, and hope that you don't ruin your left knee replacement, or purposely fall on the right. And that's what I opted to do. So I decided I'm gonna find a place that I can fall. So I saw some grass, and I decided, okay, here we go. I'm gonna stop the bike, and I know I'm leaning to the right. I'm gonna fall to the right. And of course, my biggest mistake was this, and I know this now in the future. If I have to do this again, right, don't fall right next to a curb because the curb is going to hit your knee. And that's what it did. It hit my right knee, and of course, that hurt then. No, what I should have done is I should have rode up on somebody's driveway and then fell on their front lawn. Then there was no curb there to fall and hurt yourself. You see what I'm saying? Now I know. I fell from the street onto the little strip of grass just before your sidewalk. I fell there, but the curb hurt my knee. So okay, going back to the topic at hand, falling and scaring other seniors off. Now, I know for a fact a number of seniors have told me after watching your video, you have convinced me not to buy an e-bike. Okay, and in my mind, I'm going, good. Yeah, good. Because if they have the fear of falling and they didn't think that they would fall, and now that somebody's brought it up and says, you might fall. In fact, I think I said in the video, you're going to fall. You remember that? I said, you're going to fall. There's a good chance you're going to fall. Now, people have told me, in the 30, 40 years I've been riding a bike, I've never fallen. That doesn't mean you're not going to fall in the future, all right? Yeah, I mean, you might go another 10 years and then you might fall, okay? But the whole point is that you need to be prepared that you might fall, and there's a good chance you probably will fall somewhere along the time of your ownership of that bike, okay? And so you have to know that could happen and what might happen when you fall, okay? Now, those people who opted not to buy the e-bike simply because I made that comment, I think it was a wake-up call for them. Because I think they were excited about buying the bike, and then when finally someone who actually owns a bike tells you, I've fallen 3 times now. I mean, I think it's something hits them in their brain and finally says, yeah, what if that thing falls on me? You know, maybe you're 85 years old. You're deciding to buy an e-bike. What if that falls on me? How do I get the bike off me? I'll tell you this: that first time I fell, the bike fell on me because, you know, I was actually in the intersection of a very busy street, right? And I was slowing down, getting ready to get up onto the other side of the street because I was crossing through the intersection, okay? And of course, that's when I leaned to the left. The leg wasn't strong enough. I went down right in front of the cars, okay? Cars were stopped at the stoplight. Nobody got up to help me, of course, because nobody helps you if something happens to you because nobody wants to get sued, so nobody wants to touch you. But the cars behind the stoplight, obviously they're there. They see me go down, okay? They just all stay in their car and, you know, just watch you struggle. And so, yeah, I had to push that heavy bike off of me. It was the Rad Rover 5. And, you know, I have tools and everything in there. So I would say that bike probably was around the 70-pound range with the tools and everything. So, you know, and then after I was pushing it off of me, I had to crawl on my hands and knees to get up. And for someone who had a knee replacement, crawling on that replaced knee is not good, all right, and kind of painful, all right? But that's what I had to do. So this is why by the time I hit the third time I was going to fall because of the shoelace, I opted to purposely fall on the right, okay? So... So I've done those 3 falls, but now my knee is strong. My left leg is strong. I could lean to the left. I won't fall and the like. So, and a lot of comments, of course, came on that video about me not stopping at the 2 stop signs that were in the park. Okay. Well, the first stop sign I already mentioned before that that stop sign is only one direction. It doesn't stop from the other direction, so that makes no sense at all. And that cross section is really where the lawn maintenance people have their tractors and stuff like that. They never use that, okay? The guys probably cut it once a month. And every time I go there, they're not using it. It's gated, in fact. So that stop sign is basically worthless. Nobody goes through there. There's gates, okay? Nobody crosses through where that stop sign is. So everyone who rides that path knows that stop sign is meaningless. So everybody passes it, not just me. But again, if you're a viewer and that's the first time you see it, you kind of say, wow, this guy keeps passing the stop signs. Well, that's why we do it, because it's kind of a worthless stop sign. The other stop sign is right by the parking lot of the park, so of the forest preserve. And of course, you can see, you can look left and look right. There's no cars coming. To stop, it's kind of meaningless as well. It's just kind of, I think those stop signs are basically there telling you that, hey, be prepared to stop because cars will go by there if there's cars around. But when there's no cars around, nobody ever stops, okay? It's not just me, everybody does it. So those are the 2 most common things that people have mentioned on that video. But so they're quick to mention that, but I think the big thing I want to talk about today was the falling issue. Because people have mentioned it many times that you've convinced me not to buy a bike. I think sometimes some people also look at it as, you're hurting the e-bike industry. I don't think I'm hurting anything. I think I'm pointing out something that they should be aware of that could happen to them. Okay, so I think it's only right to let people know the good parts of riding an e-bike, but also the potential hazards of riding an e-bike as well. Okay, I mean, to get to certain areas, you have 2 choices. You can either ride your bike in the traffic to get there, or you have to buy an e-bike rack on the back of your car with a hitch, okay, to get your bike to that area, and then you can pull your bike out and ride it. And then also to mention that the bike is probably going to be 70 plus pounds. And if you're getting up there in age, you might have a difficulty taking that out of your vehicle or taking it off of a bike rack, So these are good and they're bad things about e-biking, right? So my question is, do we not say anything at all and get as many people involved in e-biking as we can, or tell them the good stuff, but also tell them the potential hazards too? So when I made that video 2 months after I bought my e-bike, I thought it's only responsible to tell people the good things that happen with e-biking, but also the potential issues that could happen with e-biking. All right. And if that scares some people off, then so be it. Right. In fact, a couple of them actually said, "Thank you for saving my life," because I was never thinking about that. And now that I know that there is that possibility of falling, you've saved my life by stopping me from buying that e-bike. All right. So when I read something like that, I feel real good. I'm sure the e-bike companies don't feel too good. I caused them a lost sale or something, but isn't that the responsible thing to do, is to let people know the good and the bad of that potential sport, right? So, I mean, really, if you think about it, okay, let's say we were selling motorcycles. Are you going to tell people, yeah, this is great riding a motorcycle, but you're not going to tell them all the potential fatalities that happen from motorcycles? or any other type of thing that you ride or drive? I mean, go in and buy a car. Does any of the car companies tell you might get in a car crash? I don't think anyone ever mentions that. But that's the reality, isn't it? That there is a possibility that one day you might have some type of accident, right? Think about it. Okay, let's put it this way. Have you ever had a car accident, whether it's your fault or not? I've been in a couple of them. And none of them were my fault. People run into me, right? Get rear-ended. People back up their car and slam into my car. Going across an intersection, and a guy skids on ice. He's trying to make a left turn in front of me, and of course I can't stop at that point because I'm already in the intersection. And so that guy gets ticketed for entering the intersection, dangerously. And so as good of a driver as you think you might be, there's always some other guy who kind of messes it up for you, right? That always happens. So anyways, I just wanted to mention that too for e-biking, that, there are potential hazards. Yeah, definitely. There's the potential for you to fall. Maybe I went a little too far and said that you're going to fall. But I wanted to bring it into their brain. I wanted to make them know that it could happen, right? And that you should be prepared that it happens. And think in your mind, how are you going to play that out? How would you plan to fall if you see it happening? I mean, everything kind of goes in slow motion when it happens. You kind of feel like, okay, I'm going to fall. You kind of know you're heading towards that. How do you react? This is one of the reasons why I always wear gloves, biking gloves. It's not, it has some padding on your palms. You have some type of padding on there, and that kind of helps, but it's not the padding for it is there for it to be easier for you to hang on to your handlebars. It's not as tiring because the padding is right there and all that. But the reason I wear it is for the potential fall, because you instinctively put your arms out to stop yourself from falling. And so if you don't have gloves on, you're gonna skin all the skin that's right here. All right. And so I wear the gloves for that reason, is for the potential of falling. Okay. Now some people go way overboard too. Do you wear knee pads, elbow pads on a bike? Well, technically, if you wore them, it'd probably be good because it's a protection, right? But realistically, we know we can't really pedal very well if you had knee pads on, right? We do wear a helmet. Some people don't want to wear a helmet, but others say it's safer to wear the helmet. I like wearing the helmet. I wear my X-Needle helmet, as you know, which is rated to 28 miles per hour for protection. Not all helmets are rated that high. And I'll get people who will comment and says, well, the X-Needle doesn't have the MIPS system, and that's important and stuff. So I'm not saying that one helmet brand is better than the next. I'm just basically saying that from the things that I've been told about the X-Needle helmet giving me 28 miles per hour protection, I'd rather have that, right? So if it's missing one piece that you think is important, well, okay, But you could buy that helmet that has the MIPS but doesn't have the 28 mile per hour protection. And then if you feel the MIPS is more important for you, then wear that. Okay. So everyone makes their decision which helmet is best for them. You know what? You want to be safer? Wear a motorcycle helmet, right? Something that's DOT rated. Okay, Department of Transportation rated. Wear one of those. But you know how big and heavy that is? That would be kind of hard for riding on a bike. Or have you seen some of the helmets from the guys that ride mountain bikes. You know, they have full face helmets, you know, the thing that comes all the way out on their chin and everything. That's actually a better helmet, but it's heavier. All right. And so for a recreational ride, you might think, yeah, that's a little overboard, right? So we make concessions. We kind of decide what's good to wear and what's not good to wear simply because of convenience and inconvenience. But the point is if you wear the helmets, whichever one that you choose, it's better than not wearing the helmet, more than likely, right? And others will argue that fact, saying that, you know, you don't really need it, you know. Well, yeah, if you don't hit your head, you don't need it. But what if I get in some type of accident and I get tossed over the handlebars and my head's going first, okay? That's when you're going, wish I had the helmet on. So to be safe, yeah, I wear my helmet. I even wear my safety vest, as you know, big yellow safety vest. There are times, sometimes I haven't worn it, during the winter times when I have a big heavy jacket on. Sometimes I don't put it on, but during the majority of the riding time, spring through fall, I usually have that yellow vest on. So, all right. Anyways, I'm rambling at this point. I just wanted to bring up the fact that yeah, you could fall. Put down in the comments if you've ever fallen and how that happened to you, and if you had anticipated that one day you would fall, or if you never thought about it, or you really don't care, or you don't think I'm right. Hey, Russ is always right. I told you that. Anyways, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the right button. Hit the like button. Hit that subscribe button too while you're at it. I'll talk to you guys next time.